Hey, what is going on, you restless Raikou? Coming at you with some more expanded action today. Before we get into today's video, huge shout out to channel Fireball, the #1 place for competitive Pokemon content. If you guys trying to up your game, go over to CFB, sign up for CFB Pro, and when you do, be sure to use code AzulGG. All right, playing some Vileplume, Rillaboom, Alolan Exeggutor in expanded, another deck that made top 8 recently at the most recent limitless expanded weekly. AJ is the player who made it top 8, so huge shout out to them for the list and build. The deck's been pretty fun so far. Once again, I don't play a lot of expanded, but I do like playing expanded now and then, and usually I'm just kind of borrowing lists from people who did well in the most recent limitless expanded weekly when they do happen. So once again, another list I am borrowing to show to you guys, to get it out there to you guys, because I enjoyed it, I liked it, so I wanted to share it with you guys. There's nothing wrong with net decking. But yeah, this is it. Main game plan is to turn 1 set up the Vileplume and get that ability lock going, and then next set up the Rillaboom after that with the super growth. So we super growth out Vileplume, and then we super growth out the Rillaboom, and then we just start attacking with Alolan Exeggutor or Mew. There's 2 Mews in this deck that we can use to copy Alolan Exeggutor's attack and attack with them instead. It says a couple things. They're only worth 1 prize card, so early on, if we don't want a Rillaboom to get hit, a Alolan Exeggutor to get hit, we can attack with a Mew instead if we can get the Mew in the active, or we can go like Alolan Exeggutor, super growth, our Alolan Exeggutor gets knocked out, then we attack with Mew, Alolan Exeggutor to close out the game. That's a possibility. Or we can go Alolan Exeggutor, Mew, Alolan Exeggutor, all while our opponent is being item locked. And that is kind of the game plan, the strategy of the deck. So we item lock them, set up Rillaboom. Rillaboom gets our energy into play to get us attacking, and then we start attacking from there, and then just kind of play the game to the situation. And that's it. I don't really have too much else to say about the deck. There's a Crobat and a Lele for our support Pokemon. Supporter lineup is pretty normal for these Alolan Exeggutor Vileplume decks. A couple Brigette, a couple Caitlin and Cynthia, some Mallow Lana, some Fabas, a couple Guzma, some Marnie's, Research or Sycamore, I should say. I have Sycamore here, and a Brock's Grit, 11 basic grass, a couple Turffield so we can evolve our Pokemon without actually having to use the super growth every time. We don't have to super growth every time. We can Turffield something out instead, possibly. A Life Force, because healing is really good sometimes. 3 Calm, 4 Quick Ball for the Pokemon search cards. 8 items only total with that 1 computer search as well. And that's the list. They said nothing super special. The main strategy went over that. So let's go ahead and let's get into some games. Okay, getting into our first one, and we are going second, unfortunately. And actually, we only opened up a lone Grookey, so we are in trouble of getting donked here. Yeah, you definitely always want to go second in expanded. Going second in expanded is really good. This hand is really not good. We also have to, like, even if we Sycamore here, we have to get up so many Pokemon. I'm going to attach here because, like, if I top decked another Pokemon, I maybe wouldn't have attached here, maybe would attach there, not attach at all. But I mean, theoretically, we need to survive this turn. They need to, like, not donk us, so then the energy there is going to be a little bit more good. It'll be better here because, like, I mean, if we get knocked out, we lose. If we don't, it's there. And we can attach to something else after retreating the Grookey for the turn. It looks like our opponent is playing probably Ultra Necrozma. We'll see. Actually, there's a Psychic. No, it's still probably Ultra Necrozma. So the question is just, do they have an Ultra Necrozma? There's the DDE, the Floatstone, the Silent Lap. So they're just an Ultra Necrozma short from winning the game. Do they have a... There's a Mysterious Treasure. So we're getting donked here. Goodbye, Grookey. It happens. Going second, big deal in expanded. I think it's maybe the one reason I'm not a huge fan of expanded. Just going second is so strong. And it's happening here. Goodbye, Grookey. Hopefully in the next one, maybe we get another Pokemon to work with. Maybe they're not playing quite as fast of a deck, or maybe we just get to go second. Let's find out. Okay, we're into another one. We won the coin flip this time, so we're going to choose to go second here and not get our Grookey donked, and hopefully maybe the opposite. Maybe the opposite will happen. I was going to say this hand's not very good. It's not that bad, though, actually. This hand's kind of fine. And they mulliganed once, which is great. That's good for us. And we're going to look at what they're playing. 3 tag call, Guzma Hollow. So it looks like it is ADP Zation is what we're up against here. I have no idea if this matchup is good, bad, or... yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's good or bad or other or whatever. But we're going to get into it and we're going to see how it goes. I'm sure they want to go second, so that's at least a plus for us. I'm not gonna bench the Grookey. Ooh, okay. Raikou in here. Maybe it's not Zacian then? Is it ADP and friends? ADP and stuff? ADP? Like, I have no idea what they are actually playing here. So we're actually going to do a pretty cool play here on this turn. We're going to go put the Turffield in play and use that to get Vileplume. And then Marnie the Vileplume to the bottom of the deck to make sure that we don't Marnie into the Vileplumes. And then they're definitely in the deck when we use... Well, hopefully when we find... We still have to find a Oddish. Hopefully when we find an Oddish, it'll be an easy super growth into the Vileplume. From there, I don't actually know what we do. From there, it feels like stuff's going to get pretty tough, though, to be honest. Because... They're gonna GX attack, and then we're gonna get out Rillaboom, and then they're gonna hit us. And then I don't know what's gonna happen from there, to be honest. I guess we're gonna find out. So this play's pretty cool, actually. I love little interactions like this that happen in games. So we have 3 Oddish, 3 Calm, Computer Search 4 Quick Ball. So we have a lot of outs. We have actually maximum outs to the Oddish here. For some reason, I still feel nervous about trying to hit this Oddish, but we do have maximum outs to Oddish here. Let's see if we can get it. 3, 4. No, we whiffed. So maybe we can kind of play this like we would normally play the standard matchup. Well, now we're gonna have to just super growth. I'm gonna go ahead and bench this Grookey actually. We're gonna have to super growth out the Rillaboom instead. It doesn't. I was like thinking if it mattered. I don't think it matters. There's the Rillaboom. So we can just go for like Calm Hurricane into full Tropical Hour to get rid of their hand. We could also just super growth out a Vileplume next turn as well. We could just do that. I could just go Caitlin and Cynthia. Let's get that, what's it called? We could also go look at the Faba if that feels better for the turn. We could just go Faba, DDE, or the Floatstone, something like that, and then just attack. Like I said, we could just attack this next turn, and then we can actually go for the GX attack on the following turn, which would allow us to put all their energy back in the deck and get rid of their ADP. So that would be a line of play. That's kind of what you do in the standard. When you play Rowlet Exeggutor up against ADPization, you go like, all right, 150, and then 200 take away all your energy, and then the game kind of develops from there. Could do that here in Expanded. Like, ideally, we want to get like Vileplume out, and we could still get Vileplume out next turn, but it's going to be a call I'm going to have to make on the next turn. We'll see how their first turn goes here, and that'll make that call. Yeah, we could just go like Rillaboom to the Rowlet Exeggutor and attack, and then attack. Full effect GX attack, remove all the energy from play. But they should get this GX attack off the turn. They need a Water Energy or a DDE. I have a feeling they probably... Oh, there's a Ho-Oh. Man, what is going on in there? They have so much stuff. I think they actually discarded a Acrobike there, which kind of makes sense. They're kind of scared of my Vileplume, I'm sure. So they got rid of that. There's another Acrobike. There goes the Tag Call. Yeah, I would assume they don't play Water and they play DDE. Actually, I'm going to check what types they've gotten rid of. So they got Grass. They also play Ninja Boy. We know that pretty much for sure, because they're doing like the whole Ho-Oh thing, so they can go like ADP GX attack and then Ho-Oh Ninja Boy into the Raikou. I don't know if they do. I wonder if they know that Raikou doesn't take extra prize cards off the bench. The GX attack you only draw extra prize cards off the active. There was a I think they got rid of a DDE there. Ninja Boy DDE Guzma. So that means they either have a DDE in hand or they're gonna Via Seeker Guzma, and they just don't want any more DDEs besides that one. So this might be a good sign that I want to actually use the Faba this turn, and get rid of that DDE. We go like Faba the DDE hit, and then look for the GX full GX attack on the next turn, either through second Rillaboom, getting out the energy, or just like Caitlin and Cynthia into a Grass Energy or something. And then after all that, they only have a 1-card hand left. So they didn't even grab a Stadium. I don't even know if they play a Stadium then. Maybe they just don't play a Stadium. But yeah, now I kind of want to Faba that DDE, because they went ahead and discarded one off Battle Compressor. So who knows how many they have left? Like, maybe they only play 2. So then they just can't Ultimate Ray next turn, and that's like a big play that we take away from them. But if we like top deck Oddish, I think I would just go for Faba. Oh, they're actually just going for Ultimate Ray. Okay, that's the last thing I expected here, was Ultimate Ray. I did not expect that at all. Okay, so now I don't know what I want to do. Also, how much is the Ho-Oh going to hit us for? If they flip Ho-Oh into play, 20 plus 20, and they would get 3 different types, so they'd be doing 80, 160. So that would KO us. That's not good. My hand's not really equipped to be able to deal with that, to be honest. So this, I'll grab a Thwackey. Caitlin Cynthia. Get rid of the Faba. I'm gonna get back the Marnie. Oh, I should have actually used Rillaboom first. That's my bad. Got an Oddish. We have no idea what... We know they have the telescopic sight. We don't know what that last card in their hand is. We could item lock this turn. Then they just KO us with the Ultimate Ray. But if I don't, then they can actually just KO me. Oh my gosh, this is so tough. What's the retreat cost on this guy, on Vileplume? All right, let's go ahead and Voltage Beat. I just don't know what I want to do here. We could have planned to attack with Rillaboom next turn, I guess. I guess that would be fine, to be honest. And then Marnie, and then we have to try and find Pokemon. I'm going to go with that. And then we're just going to go with that Super Growth this turn. I'm going to hold this energy, though, I think. So Gloom Vileplume. And our Rowlet Exeggutor is just going to go down here. I expected them to GX attack. They just go with the Ultimate Ray, which makes things more awkward because I just don't have a backup attacker here. This is where, like, we would like to have used Brigette or something by now. And, like, yeah, like Brigette for, like, Mew, Rowlet Exeggutor and go, like, Mew, Rowlet Exeggutor or something. And then also, like, find Brock's Grit in there at some point to get a bunch of Grass Energy back. But now we're just kind of like, top deck Brigette would be really good, actually, though. Top deck one of our Brigettes would be insanely good on this turn still, I think. Yeah, we kind of just give up our Rowlet Exeggutor. But the reason, like, I was like, we could have attacked and healed. Then we never get the item lock going, really. And even if we heal, they still KO us with the Rainbow Burn. I was like, how do you say that? Rainbow Burn, Rainbow Burn. They still KO us with Rainbow Burn. Here comes an Ultimate Ray. So they could have actually KO'd my Thwackey plus the active here with the Amazing Shot. I'm surprised they didn't go for that play. I would have definitely gone for that. So now we can just hit him with Rillaboom, and Rillaboom won't get KO'd, which is nice. That's what we're doing this turn. And they did draw 3 prize cards, so I think I will probably like, we need to find basics. So unless I top deck a Brigette, I'm just gonna go ahead and Marnie. Can't play it. Do this. We can use one of the Voltage Beats because I just plan to hit with Rillaboom. They can't KO my Rillaboom. I guess they could with the Ho-Oh though. We need to find some. We need to find some basics here. We need to find some basics. Mew or Rowlet Exeggutor both work. That's not it. I think we should have Crobat for 2 and then hopefully draw into 1. Nope. This is not good. How much HP does this thing have? 2 tanky. Attach here. Hammer in for 140. Maybe they'll just get triple tails again on the Ho-Ohs, and then we'll survive. But if they get a heads, they have float stones, so they can go to the bench, and then if they didn't have the float stone in play, then I definitely think last turn I would have Faba the DDE. But because of the float stone, even if I Faba the DDE, they could have just hard retreated. We're in big trouble. We are in big trouble here. 2 compressors go away. Yeah, top deck Brigette is still a really good out. Top deck Lele is a really good out. Top deck a Rowlet Exeggutor. So even if they attack with a Ho-Oh, we could just GX attack it and take the knockout there with a Rowlet Exeggutor. We'd love to go Brigette though and get Mew, or at least Mew Rowlet Exeggutor. They're going with the Amazing Shot though. All right, so they're kind of just giving us an out here for sure. They're like the way they're playing is giving us an out to win this game for sure. They're taking a ton of time to do these attacks. And it's really giving us quite the... Okay, there's a Mew. Thin out the deck. Need to get a Rowlet Exeggutor or the Lele. Or did we prize double Brigette? I think we prized double Brigette. But that means there's a good chance for us to get into a Brigette off this prize card that's about to come up. We could get a Brigette here and then Brigette for the... So we prize... Okay, so we prize double Brigette. So that takes away from plays I was going to go. There's a Faba that's not a Brigette. I don't know if you guys knew that. So that's not good. I could have put one energy on the Rillaboom here so I could go hammer in again this turn. I just really don't want to attack with Rillaboom, to be honest. If I attack with Rillaboom this turn, then they KO it with Ho-Oh. I kind of just... They didn't even try and use Ho-Oh last turn for whatever reason. Here they come. Now they're trying for the Ho-Oh. Maybe they just forgot to use Ho-Oh. There's a heads. All right, so a Ho-Oh is set up. We have to get a Rowlet Exeggutor this turn. Or we're just gonna lose. I think we'll just probably lose. Yeah, because the Ho-Ohs are actually really scary. Try to step another one. I bet they probably play 2 Ninja Boy, so they could still probably make a Ninja Boy play happen here. Yeah, they can still definitely make a Ninja Boy play happen here, I think. So still have to be careful of like a Raikou coming out of nowhere. It looks like Raikou is their only attacker Besides, of course, the ADP that is punching our Rillaboom in the face over and over again. So we have to go Mew KO this for 3. So we need to get a Rowlet Exeggutor this turn right now. If not, we're going to be in trouble. I mean, Brock's Crit's not bad to get back Grass Energy, but it's not what we needed. I can retreat and encounter, get a Rowlet Exeggutor, I guess, out. I guess that has to be our play. So I can go use this, grab this. Retreat to Mew. Rillaboom out and energy. I have to be able to retreat next turn as well. But then I also have to actually... Ooh, because I also have to be able to... Oh, no. So I still have to top deck an energy next turn as well. So we're going to Brock's Grit this turn. And then hope we top deck an energy. We also have to top deck an energy. I'm not going to get... I'm just going to get 6 energy. And then encounter. Because I have to top deck an energy. Yeah, I have to top deck next turn as well. So we're going to get the Rowlet Alolan. We could get a Lele. Does Lele ever work better? No, I think Rowlet Exeggutor is fine. So Rowlet Exeggutor to the hand. We have a pivot with the Crobat. We have this in the hand. So we can go Calming Hurricane knockout. And then they won't KO us with Ho-Oh. They can't one-hit KO a Rowlet Exeggutor. So that's what we're going to kind of live off of here. Is they can't one-hit KO it. So if we can get the Calming Hurricane. Oh, and there's just the Guzma on my Crobat. Man. What a sad game. What a sad game. We weren't able to get down the Vileplume turn 1. And then it kind of all started to fall apart from there. No Brigette as well, because it turned out that both Brigettes were prized. Kind of just struggled to find basics. Hopefully it gets a little bit better in the next one. Okay, we've had a couple rough games so far. And we're going second, or we're going first again. Which I've already mentioned is kind of tough to deal with. Do I want to... I might go attach Turffield Crobat for 3 here. Oh, they're mulliganing, so this might give us another option. We'll have 2 cards to work with. 2 more cards. Which might give us a... So it is Ultra Necrozma. And the way we want to play this matchup is... I mean, Faba's really good. We need to get rid of their... A couple things of theirs, actually. Okay, so... Alright, so they can't one-hit KO Crobat sometimes. So I'm going to go Turffield. I'm going to calm the... Calm the Rillaboom. Get a Grookey. Bench that. Quick Ball the Sycamore. Grab Rowlet Exeggutor. Bench that. Attach active. And then Crobat. And I'll probably throw the Crobat in the active here because they hit for 170, so they might whiff the knockout on the Crobat, to be honest. Use this. Grab a Thwackey. Treat. I do kind of just want to use Faba next turn. I mean, they might end us, so this hand might leave. But they might whiff the knockout on the Crobat. And we can go like Faba, the Floatstone that's on the Trubbish or something. Also like Faba, their Silent Lab could also be really good. It depends if they get the Floatstones in play or not. But we'll definitely play for removing their Floatstones from play if we can. Because that's what they want to do. They want to get a Garb set up. And they want to have the ability lock in play so that they can constantly attack with Ultra Necrozma. And they also shut off our abilities, which would be our item lock and our ability to get energy in play through the Rillaboom. So it's like a big deal for us to not allow them to keep that in play and keep that going. I'm going to try and disrupt them as much as possible. There's a Great Catcher on my Rowlet Exeggutor. So that kind of stinks. I don't think it's that big of a deal. We can survive. Here comes a N or a Research, I'm sure. Yep, there's the Sycamore. Yeah, so it stinks a little bit, but I think we can survive the we can survive that Great Catcher there. Not ideal though, I can tell you that much. Not ideal at all. So there's the Silent Lab. Be tempted to Faba that if they don't get a Floatstone in play, but getting rid of the Floatstone is definitely our #1 priority because these we can bump with our stadiums. Here comes our VS Seeker for the Sycamore, and then the pass. Okay, so this is like perfect for us. Exactly where we want to be. Attach. Evolve. Faba, the Silent Lab. And then Super Growth out the Vileplume. And now we are exactly where we want to be. This is perfect. We got the item lock established. We did prize a Vileplume. Second Rillaboom line is in the deck, though. And now we can just go like Caitlin and Cynthia next turn. and recover the Faba. Plan to use that again. And if we draw into a Rillaboom or a Turffield, that's great. There's another Silent Lab. That's great. We can use Rillaboom. We can start attacking next turn. If not, then we would just like super growth it out. Like right now, they can't move their Trubbish and attack this turn, so this is exactly where we want to be. Let's see what we get here. Got another Faba, and it looks like we're gonna have to go ahead and super growth out the Rillaboom this turn. I mean, we could Marnie them, but their hand, and there's just the conceit, and that's what happens a lot when you play this deck. Sometimes you just get the Vileplume out turn 1, and then, or turn 2 in our situation. Wait, turn 2? Yeah, turn 2, and then your opponent concedes, and you get a dub. Okay, this time, we also once again lost the coin flip, but our opponent chose... I'm going to open the Mew here. I'll bench this as well. Our opponent chose for themselves to go first. So, I mean, I kind of like that, but I also don't know what they're playing, so I don't know how much I like that. But I guess we're going to find out it is some kind of dark deck. Darkrai EX, Zorua, Max Elixir. So, Turbo Dark-like deck. We'll see fully what they're playing here in a second. Double Max Elixir hits off the rip onto the Rua. Crobat. So we're gonna establish item lock and go from there. That's our main game plan. Establish item lock, just go from there. We're gonna have a lot of mobility with this guy. This guy can hit really hard if they get enough dark energy in play, but item lock's gonna slow them down quite a bit, theoretically. So we got a Grass Energy. Quick ball away the Guzma. Let's see what's in the deck. Grab the Oddish. We priced 2 Oddish. We still have a Vileplume line in there. Yeah, so I think I do want to research here because I want more options on my following turn. So we're going to go ahead and, yeah, research here. No Grookey. That's unfortunate. We could send this up, but then it might get hit. I don't really want my Rowlet Exeggutor to get hit. I'm just going to use this to copy. We'll save that for later as well. I think that's how I want to play it. I don't want my Rowlet Exeggutor to get hit, I don't think. We're going to go ahead and just use this to get the item lock set up. I would have liked to have found Grookey there, so then next turn I can evolve to Thwackey. And then we have Rillabooms. We have both our Rillaboom in hand, so we wouldn't be able to super growth it out, but we could just kind of chill. We might be able to encounter... We might encounter this next turn. I guess that wouldn't be that great, though. I kind of just need to attach to the Rowlet Exeggutor and kind of go from there. There's the Zork. So they are going to get the KO on my Mew. And then we're not going to be able to respond immediately with like a Calm Hurricane hit, because we only have that 1 energy on the Rowlet Exeggutor. But I didn't want this thing to get hit either. With the Riotous Beating. They can also Trickster for 200 at some point as well. So I didn't want to get hit. I'm not trying to get hit. Caitlin and Cynthia probably away second Rillaboom. Because I want to keep this as a counter stadium depending on what they've got going on. I don't know what they've got going on, so I want to keep it as a counter stadium. They're going to be able to attack with this guy next turn, which hits us really hard. So this is kind of just like a bad spot overall. Now I can Lele for Brigette, though. And we can actually get out that Grookey. So we can go Brigette here. We can get this. I think. Yeah. Get out the squad. Still want to hold on to the Turffield. Can't super growth anything out because it's all in my hand. Could have got second Vileplume out, I guess. I could have done that. I guess we're just going to attach active. Fail super growth. And then go from there. So we need to get an energy off our Caitlin and Cynthia next turn to be able to attack next turn. So we're kind of all in on that, but we can evolve to Thwackey. Caitlin and Cynthia away a Rillaboom. Probably recover the Guzma for some utility later on. The option of it. Oh, so they're actually going to swing with the Zoroark here. But they still have a lot of energy built up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energy built up. That's still a lot. I maybe could have attached here and just planned to GX attack as soon as possible with this one instead of trying to attack with this one at all. And then GX attack, wipe away all their energy. They're actually going with the Trickster right now. So what are they gonna... What'd they use? Oh, they used Tropical Hour. I was so confused there for a second. I was like, what's going on? Yeah, they used the Tropical Hour. That's fine. Oops. No, grab the Guzma. And I could hit this, but it almost seems useless to hit this, so I kind of wish I just attached to my bench, to be honest. I think we're planning to just go with a big Tropical Hour at some point. And then go from there. So now I don't even want to attach active. Because healing doesn't really change anything here. I guess if they whiffed an energy for here, then they'd have to attack with Zoroark again, and they can KO Zoroark next turn. But I might whiff. So I'm just going to go like this, I think. I think I definitely messed that up on my last turn. I should have just like I should have just attached to the bench one. So this should already have 2 energy, and then I can Rillaboom 2 in the next turn, Rillaboom 2 more. And then GX attack, remove all their energy from play. And then we just kind of go from there. If they ever have like a Guzma here, though, we're going to be in trouble as well. So there comes another trade. We can Marnie them next turn to take away their pretty big hand size. They've got a pretty big hand size right now. So we can limit that a little bit. They're also gonna get 3 prize cards. We have to send up Mew for a turn to just kind of chill. There's the beating. Yeah, they're gonna have what, a 10 card hand. We're going to make quite a big comeback here, I think. Finding our N would be pretty big. We only play 1 N, but yeah, finding that would be a pretty big deal. Draw to Marnie, evolve to Rillaboom. Go ahead and throw out Turffield. Just put this in the hand, which we can then Marnie it to the bottom of the deck. And we're not going to Rillaboom yet because we do want to draw into an energy, and then we want to Rillaboom for 2. We drew into 2 energies. This is perfect. We can GX attack next turn, and we got Mallow Lana to be able to heal stuff to keep stuff alive potentially after that. So attach, Rillaboom for 2. And then we just need to be able to see if I had attached one of these energies that was on here that shouldn't have been there. Then I would have 6 next turn, even if they like KO'd my Rillaboom, which they can do this turn. They could KO my Rillaboom this turn, and then we would definitely be in a little bit of trouble. We'd be in a little bit of trouble if they KO my Rillaboom here. So we're kind of hoping they don't KO my Rillaboom here. Hopefully they just KO my active, because then we just got the Rillaboom to the Rowlet Exeggutor, and we're chilling. Okay, that is a research. That is not a Guzma. That's not a Boss. Not a Lysander, which means we're good on that. There's a black market, so that's kind of annoying. We do have 2 of our own stadiums left in the deck, though, to get around this. But we do have to find them. We don't have them right now, so we got to find those. But our opponent's not going to have much to work with after we do this GX attack on the next turn. There's the beating. That's fine. By Mew. All right. Top deck. All right. That's a good one. Would like to have a little bit more room to work with than our opponent having 1 prize card, but that's what we got. So here's what we're going with. We chill, and then Tropical Hour GX. And we do want to really still find that N at some point. Finding that N would be a big deal to then like limit our opponent to like basically no cards in hand. I'm curious what they're going to do here with energy, because they can move this Zoroark if they want to, but it involves them attaching here for turn, which gets them further away from attacking with Dark Pulse. So I'm actually going to... I'm curious where they actually attach their energy for turn. Of course, that is annoying for us that they can constantly kind of run around between their Pokemon. It looks like they're just going to give the Zoroark up, which is that much better for us, because then we can, if we get that N to 1, if we do eventually find and get the N to 1, our opponent won't have any draw power to work with. Unless they have like a Guzma here or something right now, and they're planning to attach here and like bring up my Rillaboom or my Vileplume. But we do have the Mallow Lana to answer that situation. So far it's looking okay. And if we get the KO Zoroark and eventually find the N, we'll be in a pretty good spot, I think. But finding the N is definitely going to be the hard part. Even just finding another Marnie. We do play 3 Marnie, 3 Caitlin Cynthia. So we could just find a Marnie, and that would be pretty solid as well, to be honest. I actually don't know how many... What, I have 1 left? I think I have to leave that as the 1. I'm just going to leave that as that. All right, Calming Hurricane. We're going to get our first prize cards here. Once again, looking for N or Marnie. I would settle for a Marnie at this point as well. Brock's Grit isn't bad to recover energy. Then I can be a little bit more aggressive with my Rillaboom. Probably just to set up... I don't even know what I'd want to set up, to be honest, but set something up. Because, like, I don't know... Like, they could just sit here and wait until they attach 3 more energy into play and then go Guzma KO my Vileplume. So if that's their game plan, that's why I want to disrupt their hand so badly, because like if they can do that, they can sit here for like 3 turns. They can send up like this for 2 turns. They can send this up, attach, pass, attach, pass, attach, Guzma knockout. They might just go for a Dark Pulse here, though. It looks like is what they're gonna do, which doesn't seem great because I can just heal literally all the damage that they do currently between Life Forest and the Calming Hurricane. So I'm not a huge fan of this play. Maybe they have something. Maybe they have a little bit more to it than that. But they're just a research discarding a lot of cards. Let's take a look at what they discarded there. Saw quite a few energy, or 2 energy, I guess. I thought it was more than that. Oh, the Dark Pokemon. Maybe that's what I thought. Was also energy. Okay, heal. And we may as well play the Brock's Grit right now. I think I only want energy. I don't hate the idea of recovering this one in case I want to run to another. Oh, I have to take 6. So we have to get a couple more. I guess we're gonna just go double Mew. Or we could go with these 2 actually and maybe set up another Rillaboom at some point. But I gotta be careful. I can't put anything with too low of HP into play. Voltage Beat, definitely gonna take one of those grass out of the deck and put it on the Lele to make that a pivot. And then we're just gonna go ahead and Calming Hurricane. Remove all the damage that they just did on that last turn from the Life Force plus the 30 from the Calming Hurricane. They basically did nothing for their turn. No damage. So that's great. And that also means we can also target these energy that they have in place. Now we have this Guzma in hand. We can go like Guzma, go to the Lele, hard retreat the Lele, back into the Rowlet Exeggutor, or even attack with Lele if we wanted to get the knockout. We go like attach Rillaboom. We probably won't do that. We could do that, but we're probably just gonna knock this out with Rowlet Exeggutor. With the Guzma, we have that to chase. If they hit us really hard, we have Mallow Lana to heal. So I'm feeling like we're in a pretty good spot here. We don't have like a big attack to like close out the game. So even when we get through this, we go down to 1 prize card. We can't win the game on the next turn because we don't have a like big follow-up attacker in that sense at all. So yeah, we just don't, that just doesn't exist for us. And they actually run away here. Now if they have 4 energy in play, they can make that play I said where they have attached Guzma. So we have to chase this turn and do that. I'm going to keep this thing set up as a pivot, but I also want to keep the option of an energy in my hand. We're going to do that, and then we're going to retreat. Once again, big card we're looking for here is just a Marnie or an N, because they got a big hand. Ideally N, but I wouldn't hate to see a Marnie. Because if they had attached plus Guzma there, they'd be doing 150. There's a Marnie. That's good. At 150, so that would basically knock it out. So we can't really bench the Oddish or the Grookey here, even though it would be nice to evolve up to one of their evolutions. Then they're just a Guzma away from winning the game. So we can't, or a Lysander or anything like that. So we can't bench either of these. What's the top deck? No good. I'll do that before I forget. And then Marnie. Once again, we're kind of just digging for the N at this point. That's the main thing I just want to find is N. There's the N. So we can do the N to 1 next turn and severely limit our opponent. We ordered him with a pretty big limit this turn. I don't know, what do we take him down from, like 8 to 4? That's not bad, but we can do that much better next turn with an N. So we're going with that N at next turn. We'll see. If, I mean, we could top deck Guzma as well and just chase this and knock it out as well. We'll see what they have. I feel like there's nothing really big they could have at this point. I could be wrong. There's the retreat. Definitely gonna hit him with the N, because once again, if they have attached Guzma in hand, we do just lose. But if we have Guzma this turn, we do win. Not Guzma. So I think I could put this in place safely to like thin out the deck after we end. I want to keep the energy in the deck. But then I'm going to go energy N. We have the Guzma for next turn, so we guaranteed win the game next turn. Turffield, thin out the deck. Like, I don't think we need to heal anymore, so I want to be able to like just thin out the deck there. Calming Hurricane 150. So we got our Guzma off the end, so we guaranteed win. Even if they run this Crobat to the Darkrai, got that. But we could have ended them into Guzma Energy, which gives them enough. And nope, there's the concede, so it looks like the end paid off. So it took a little bit. We got a dub. I think you guys understand how the deck works. Like I said, just another cool deck that I playing around with and expanded. Not my list. So once again, shout out to AJ for getting that top 8 placement in the Limitless tournament. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.